Dish TV is better than cable TV. Why? Because you can save 45% on packages compared to your high-priced cable bill. Wow. Take those giant scissors out and cut the cable and save with Dish TV. Plus, you get a free DVR upgrade to record your favorite shows and free installation. And with Dish Anywhere, you can watch TV for free on your mobile device. Act fast. You can save hundreds of dollars. Does your cable company do that for you? Get all the best TV programming at your fingertips at a fraction of the price of cable TV. So say adios, arrivederci, goodbye to the high cable bill and save up to 45% on Dish TV packages today. These are limited time offers and can change at any time. Call fast. 800-405-2561. 800-405-2561. 800-405-2561. That's 800-405-2561.
Sports Professor Rick Horrow, welcome to Beyond the Scoreboard, inside the trillion-dollar business of sports marketing, deal-making, legal, administrative, political, and business as well. Obviously, all adding up in a time that shows how important the industry is. NASCAR playoffs happening, golf just ending, baseball intensifying. We'll cover a lot of that today as well. Obviously, football passing the quarter pole. College football just a couple of weeks away from the first BCS rankings. Can you believe it? Hockey open, basketball about to be open. This is a big time. If you want to look at our entire 15 plus 5 tech examples, see CSN Mid-Atlantic to see all of the big issues this week, and join us on Audio Boom. Subscribe to our Apple podcast. Look at us on Google Play, Stitcher, and a whole bunch of other places. And we have a wonderful diversity today. We have esports as well as obviously some of the key sports issues of the week. The season officially underway, and the Penguins looking to three-peat as Stanley Cup champions. One of the biggest storylines heading into the season is which players will represent their countries for the Olympics in just a few months, and many elite players have spoken out about their disappointment not to be able to compete in the Olympics, but it's going to be weird for everybody, says Nathan McKinnon of the Avalanche. He wants to make Canadian Olympic team, and they won't feel right watching other guys wear that maple leaf, and they're good players. And, of course, Caps star Alex Ovechkin, who's been vocal about saying he'd go no matter what. He criticized the league for putting players in a position to abandon their NHL team just for the chance to represent their country. However, depending on fan reaction to the absence of NHL players from the games come February, the issue will be revisited before 2022 and the next CBA. Obviously, the NHL worried about its international reach, playing preseason games in China, the Canucks and the Kings, looking at more global advancement. By the way, $1 billion.
We're going to take a short break, but when we return, more Rick Horrow, the Sports Professor.
Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
If you are age 85 or younger, Call to learn more about final expense plans from a licensed agent in the Angel Care Network. The average funeral now costs over $10,000. Are you at risk of leaving loved ones to help pay your debts? A final expense policy for seniors can pay up to $30,000 for funeral and other final expenses. You don't need a medical exam, and you can have lifetime coverage, and the policy cannot be canceled. To receive free information about final expense plans from a licensed agent in the Angel Care Network, call now. You'll also receive information about a free prescription discount card just for calling in. Agents are standing by.
Call 800-508-5774. 800-508-5774. 800-508-5774. Call now. That's 800-508-5774.
The sun can make your outdoor deck and patio space so hot and uncomfortable you can't use it. But now there's the Sunsetter Retractable Awning. A Sunsetter Retractable Awning opens and closes in just 60 seconds, and it keeps your patio about 20 degrees cooler. It provides instant shade and protection from the sun's harmful rays. You can get your Sunsetter for as little as $5.99 when you call now to get your special $200 discount certificate and free awning idea kit. You're going to love your Sunsetter Retractable Awning. Sunsetter awnings are assembled in America and guaranteed to last. So call 800-692-0268 now to get a free awning idea kit with DVD plus your $200 Sunsetter discount certificate. This is a limited time offer, so call 800-692-0268. That's 800-692-0268 for your free awning idea kit with DVD and $200 discount certificate. There's no obligation, so call 800-692-0268 now.
Welcome back to Beyond the Scoreboard with Rick Horrow. We pick up right where we left off.
Games in China, the Canucks and the Kings, looking at more global advancement. By the way, $1 billion of licensed merchandise is NHL money from international revenues alone. So they understand, believe me, the importance of all of this. Gary Bettman, the longest-standing NHL commissioner and longest-standing commissioner of any of the four major sports. He's been there since 1993. So he certainly knows about business. And don't look now, but the $500 million expansion franchise, which was to be fodder early on, has been undefeated before they start their home opener, T-Mobile Arena, the Tuesday night game. The Knights, by the way, donating blood as part of the recovery effort for victims of the shooting. The United Blood Services, the people wait as long as 6 hours, but obviously the Knights really important. Defenseman Nate Schmidt says you start to grow roots here. We know this community now, and forward Alex Tuck says he was in the Cosmopolitan with teammates having dinner when the hotel went on lockdown. Obviously, players had similar experiences. The Golden Knights, only in their first week of professional existence, clearly trying to make a positive impact on the community, and obviously all of the NHL is as well. All right, let's shift to baseball. Everybody focused on the Nationals. Everybody focused on Major League Baseball at this point. Probably the best few weeks of the season, and clearly one of the best playoffs in years as far as dramatic games. And YouTube officially signed on as the World Series' first presenting sponsor. Google's digital pay service, using the attraction of the Fox game telecast to promote brand awareness and signups. Sponsorship runs throughout the MLB season, expands across all of the networks. Additionally, come the World Series, YouTube TV signage present throughout the hosting of the ballparks and the playoffs. Presenting sponsor T-Mobile for the two NLDS matchups. South Korean conglomerate Doosan for the first ALDS matchups. Camping World for both the ALCS and NLCS. First deal of its kind for one of these services, attaching itself to a major sporting event. The advent of YouTube TV affecting sports and all of cable because it's become a viable option to purchasing a basic basic cable plan. It may not be long, would be my take, before you're able to stream both the World Series and Super Bowl through YouTube in some capacity. We'll look at baseball not only as a game of corporate sponsorship, but also as a game of superstars. Aaron Judge concluded the MLB regular season as the leader in jersey sales. The Yankee right fielder joins Cubs third baseman Chris Bryant as the second rookie to lead the league in jersey sales since rankings were first released in 2010. Judge's sales expected to continue to boom all the way through the playoffs, and last year no Yankee player cracked the top 20 in jersey sales, but this year Judge joined by catcher Gary Sanchez, who came at number 15. This year, not surprisingly, 14 of them are on playoff teams, the top jersey sales. Cubs, most representation. Bryant, number 2, Rizzo, 3, Baez, 10, Schwarber, 14. My take is simple. Jersey sales data clearly shows one predominant theme. Win, you're in. And what about other promotions? Well, Topps Company never misses a beat. They now sold 1 million Topps Now baseball cards. The Topps Now cards, available for only 24 hours exclusively on Topps.com and never offered again, captured the many thrilling moments throughout the season. Topps Now been a truly innovative partner, and Topps thrilled to be a sports fans collectible first, their chairman said, and their GM. Now, Topps Now launched in 2016 from the exclusive trading card partner of MLB, commemorating amazing moments such as Bartolo Colon's epic home run, Ichiro's 3,000th hit, captivating World Series title run of the Cubs. This year, Topps Now, what are those moments? Yankees' Aaron Judge, Dodgers' Cody Bellinger. The Topps Now card featuring Topps Now single cards, 50th home run of Judge's, sold 16,100 copies. Topps Now MLB cards continue throughout the postseason, and these innovative cards aren't simply about breaking records. Topps Now has given baseball fans a different way to chronicle their most special moments of the modern-day baseball season. By the way, it used to be we thought trading cards were it back in the leather helmet days when I was growing up. Then nobody knew about them. Now they're back, and it's good from an entrepreneurial perspective because it's really, really important for baseball fans as well. Other baseball issues involve an ownership change. Derek Jeter, Bruce Sherman officially introduced as the new owners of the Miami Marlins. One thing remains uncertain, by the way, the team's future direction. They pledged to make their fans the number one priority, but the ownership duo didn't give a specific detailed outline. Jeter and Sherman, now tasked with turning around the one of baseball's poorest franchises in terms of performance and attendance over the past years. And despite opening up the state-of-the-art ballpark in 2012, the Marlins have ranked no better than 27th in home attendance during the past 5 seasons. The market, really important, says Jeter, focused on bringing the fans back. We want to get them to know us as owners. Here's my take as a South Floridian for hundreds of years. Coming from the Yankees, Jeter, accustomed to playing for a winning franchise in the country's biggest market. This is a new challenge. Baseball is important to South Floridians, but they all came from somewhere else, from the South and Cuba, from the North and New York and Philly and Boston, and it's going to take some work to change the perception. Hopefully, Jeter, Sherman, and others are up to it. How about basketball? The NBA preseason underway, the regular season set to tip off in less than a couple of weeks. The NBA using the preseason to expand its brand across the world. This year, the reigning champion, the Warriors, played a slate of preseason games in China. It was larger than it was in 8 and 13 when they played there as part of the NBA Global Games. Well, obviously, they've won the NBA championship the last 2 of the 3 years. They led the China market, the Warriors did, in jersey sales, digital views per game, and followers on Weibo. Apart from the team's reach in China, individual Warriors players made an effort to expand their footprint across the country as well. Kevin Durant visited China annually the past 7 years to film promotional spots for Nike. Klay Thompson recently signed a 10-year extension with the Chinese shoe brand Anta. My take is this. China hands down represents the NBA's largest growth market, so it's no wonder the league and its top players have focused on the region. Well, let's talk about the All-Star game. It's not too early to do that. It's mid-February. The East-West matchup is gone. The fan-favorite event switching formats when it arrives at the Staples Center in L.A. to captains selecting teams without regard to conference alignment. The fan vote winner from each conference will captain one of the 2 teams, 12 players from each conference still being nominated to compete in the game. 5 players from each selected as starters, with the fan vote being worth 50%, player worth 25, media 25. Current Player Association President Chris Paul and owner Michael Jordan of the Charlottes were noted as 2 highly influential figures in finally changing the format of the game to make it more competitive.
We're going to take a short break, but when we return, more Rick Horrow, the sports professor.
The following update is for drivers who pay too much for car insurance due to DUIs, DWIs, tickets, or anything else. By now, you know all too well that SR22 auto insurance is way more than you'd ever want to pay. You probably thought you didn't have a choice, but you were wrong. Our company specializes in low-cost, very affordable SR22 auto insurance for high-risk drivers. We know that mistakes happen, so take pride in being able to offer absolutely free quotes for this very affordable auto insurance meant specifically for you, the overpaying high-risk driver. We're standing by at 800-758-0725. The only thing you need to do is stop waiting around while your monthly payments stay as high as they are. Our knowledgeable representatives are ready for your call at 800-758-0725. The quote is free, and we'll even handle the filings so you could start saving money every month even sooner. Call 800-758-0725. That's 800-758-0725. Once more, 800-758-0725.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for prescription drugs? Well, we have great news. Now you can finally get prescription drugs at huge discounts from Canada Drug Center. That's right, the most popular drugs for cholesterol, high blood pressure, depression, diabetes, arthritis, and many more are now up to 75% off. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices when you can get brand name drugs at the lowest price? Call today and get up to 75% off all the popular brand name prescription drugs. Never pay high prices again. Get the most popular drugs at huge savings from our Canadian and international pharmacies and fulfillment centers. No insurance? No problem. Prices are so low you do not need benefits or insurance to get all your prescriptions fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting to take your call now. Order today and get free shipping. Just call 800-950-1180. Up to 75% off all the popular brand name prescription drugs and free shipping. Call 800-950-1180. That's 800-950-1180.
In this tight labor market, finding new employees can be tough. Whether you're the business owner or an HR professional, you want access to highly qualified candidates fast. More than 3 million businesses use Indeed.com, the world's #1 job site. Whether you need entry-level or highly skilled employees, no matter the industry, with Indeed you get immediate access to a high-quality pool of talent with no long-term contracts or upfront fees. For a limited time, Indeed is offering new users a $50 credit to make their first job listing a sponsored job with premium visibility so more candidates will see it. You want to make a great hire fast, and this exclusive offer gives you a head start. Independent research shows 6 times more hires are delivered through Indeed than any other job site, making Indeed your one-stop source for hiring. To redeem this offer, go to Indeed.com/offer. That's Indeed.com/offer. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Welcome back to Beyond the Scoreboard with Rick Horrow. We pick up right where we left off.
Players from each conference still being nominated to compete in the game. 5 players from each selected as starters, with the fan vote being worth 50%, player worth 25, media 25. Current Player Association President Chris Paul and owner Michael Jordan of the Charlottes were noted as 2 highly influential figures in finally changing the format of the game to make it more competitive. And my take is this: from season tip-off to the Christmas Day game slate to the All-Star game, NBA leaders constantly strive to find creative ways in which to better engage their fans, passionate and casual alike. But also, my take is, if you remember a couple of years ago, you may not, the Pro Bowl had the Team Irvin and the other examples of captain's pick. They went back to the conference alignment quickly a year after. Let's see what happens here. The game isn't as important as the All-Star process itself. They'll be okay. How about golf? He hadn't hit a ball in competition a long time, but Tiger Woods is still moving the needle for Bridgestone, according to their CEO, Angel Iligan. December 16, Bridgestone signed Tiger to the multi-year deal to play its Bridgestone balls. As a result of the back surgery, he hadn't done it at all, but Bridgestone still saw record gains for the first half of 2017. Woods has been very positive for the game, as you know, with golf, experiencing declines in recent years, but Tiger being on board, we've been experiencing consumers bringing back their excitement to the game, says Iligan. He also insisted whether Woods plays or not, the golf industry is sure to continue to experience gains. He actually has more power as an endorser than he does as a player. Listen to that. That comes from the CEO of the company. More power as an endorser than he does as a player. Get used to hearing that about Tiger, by the way. And if stats has any meaning, as long as Woods is around, the golf industry remains relatively safe. But if you listen to the CEO, if he's around, he doesn't necessarily have to be around as a player. And that is huge in the business. Speaking of the business, the PGA Tour Waste Management Open already boasts golf's most entertaining holes in the sport. According to the Arizona Republic, the tournament is now planning new spectator improvements for 18. A new cove on the 17th hole, 26 to 30 boxes, 2 lounge bar areas as well, 16 luxury suites at the Bay Club for the 2018 tournament. 17th hole becomes almost like their 16th hole, trying to emulate the success of the Honda Classic's famous 3-hole stretch, the Bear Trap, easily one of the most entertaining trio of finishing holes on the PGA Tour. And kudos to the creative minds in Florida, Ken Kennerly, and Arizona alike as we begin the golf season in January. It's just a couple of months away, by the way. Let's go across the pond for just a couple of issues. First of all, the World Cup. One of the stadiums being built for next summer in Russia, Ekaterinburg Stadium. Get used to, by the way, the pronunciation of all these Russian venues. Thousands short of the 35,000 seats needed to host a game, but the iconic exterior is going to be used. They're having a number of seats outside the stadium. Their case is that while the configuration is unusual, you have players watching fans increasingly accustomed to standing room only sections, giant video screens while attending a live game. So, in order to meet that minimum, they're having seats outside the stadium. Look for the new section to be popular with fans ever searching for that new thing. And finally, as far as stadiums are concerned, one of the most iconic stadiums in the world, Old Trafford, expanded in the near future. Manchester United officials mulling over viable options to expand Old Trafford to 88,000. It's now at about 76. Sir Bobby Charlton Stand, formerly known as the South Stand, is part of the stadium that seems most likely to receive the facelift. The Wembley Stadium, the largest one, fits 90,000. Man U giving strong consideration to the long-term expansion plans because the new section for disabled fans, expected to be completed by 2020, would lead to a reduction in the current capacity to around 73,000. Wembley, by the way, also the exclusive longtime home of the London-based NFL series until Twickenham was added last year, while NFL's international series will also soon expand to Northumberland Park and expanded Old Trafford, could also earn a spot in the NFL rotation. Let's go global and tie the rest of the show in at the end of this. Esports, global scale. The most recent Nielsen report compiling data on the popularity of esports in United Kingdom, France, and Germany. In their report, Nielsen actually found that Call of Duty is the most popular esport game. These reports surprising given the reputation for large esports games such as League of Legends. But additionally, this excerpt from Sports Techie clarifies that women are also a part of the esports arena. It also dispels the notion that women are not esports fans. In fact, the male-dominated industry. However, women represent a significant portion of the fan base. A comparison of fans across the markets reveals that while Counter-Strike might inherently attract male-centric audiences, plenty of women are interested in FIFA. And as soon as these games grow in the U.S. and overseas, more fans will become a part of the esports base. The next few years, crucial to the development of esports. The signs are trending up. And by the way, we may even have it in the Olympics. 2021 is when votes are finalized for Olympics down the road. And even Thomas Bach, the president, said he wouldn't consider any violent games. His remarks drew widespread criticism from those who are saying, hey, you let boxing in, what about violent esports games? But the fact that they're even talking about it is important to esports fans. We'll do that today. We'll have a specific example of how important esports is from one of the founders of the sport. She's the VP of esports for Turner Sports and general manager of the E-League. She's the commissioner. Christina Alejandre has been that since March 2016. She's been involved for more than 15 years with video games and new media. She's a consultant for the Electronic Sports League. She's been in publishing with Turbine and Warner Brothers Games. She's led the business development for 38 Studios and Octopi after working on licensing and product development at Nickelodeon and Viacom. If you want to know esports, you want to hear from Christina Alejandre.
Rick Horrow, Sloan MIT Analytics Conference, and it gets bigger every year. And it's noisy during lunch because there are hundreds of thousands of aspiring students that want her job. That's exactly what it is. These are demographics that I have no idea about, but we're going to even delve into something even more significant. It's $1 trillion business, and I know mainstream sports, but I'll be the first to admit, Christina Alejandra, I have no knowledge of esports. So these next 15 minutes are a wild ride. Thank you. Thank you for.
Well, hold on. Here we go.
Hold on. Here we go. First of all, you are uniquely qualified. By the way, she is the general manager of E-League and vice president of E-League for
esports for Turner Sports. Yes.
So obviously, the connection between television and the E-League not only is important, it is joined at the hip.
Yes,
correct?
It is joined at the hip. It's part of the Turner Sports DNA. E-League was formed in a joint venture with our partners WME-IMG, but on the production side, Turner Sports is driving that.
So here's the thing that qualifies, obviously, Christina as an expert in the field. Led business development for 38 studios in Octopi. Any company that's named Octopi, you know it's a young demographic company. Licensing and product development for Nickelodeon and Viacom.
Yeah.
So you take all of the knowledge of graphics, entertainment, kids, and you put it to use in a really unique sport. So tell us about it.
Yeah, I definitely have. I'm a little bit of a unicorn in the esports space in that I have spent my entire career in the video game industry. So whether it is on the licensing side and product development side, whether it's on the business development side, publishing, and then esports, I have combined the two into this amazing job and opportunity. And I'm very well aware that the college students here are definitely gunning for my job, and it's a fun job to have.
Yeah, but you're entrenched and they're not, so there. So unicorn in a unicorn space, which is quite an interesting dynamic when you think about it. Talk quickly about, dispel the argument the cynics use that this is not sports.
Look, you have people competing at a very, very high level.
We're going to take a short break, but when we return, more Rick Horrow, the sports professor.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780. Nobody really needs or wants home security until it's too late. You've heard the statistics about how many burglaries there are per day. You see the news. You know there are people out there that do bad things. The best way to help protect your home and your property is with an ADT monitored system from Protect Your Home, an ADT authorized premier provider. Call right now to get a free wireless home security system valued at $850. An ADT monitored system can help protect your home from fires, theft, floods, and call for emergency help. Call now to find out more about our $850 free wireless home security system and start enjoying the peace of mind of security today. Call 800-587-4281, 800-587-4281, 800-587-4281. This offer is for new customers only. Termination fees apply. $99 customer installation charge and 36-month monitoring agreement required. All for details. License terms and conditions available at secureathome.com.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Welcome back to Beyond the Scoreboard with Rick Horrow. We pick up right where we left off.
The college students here are definitely gunning for my job, and it's a fun job to have.
Yeah, but you're entrenched and they're not, so there. So So unicorn in a unicorn space, which is quite an interesting dynamic when we think about it. Talk quickly about, dispel the argument the cynics use that this is not sports.
Look, you have people competing at a very, very high level, and while it is not a traditional stick and ball sports, like, make no mistake, like, these players and people have been basically dedicating their lives to compete. They practice, 40 hours a week, and it is deliberate practice. It's not just them playing video games. They're watching replays of other teams and what they're doing. They're developing new strategies. They're in-game leaders, much like there are in stick and ball sports. They have coaches, and they are competing at a very, very high level. I would look at the phenomenon of esports. David Levy, he's the president of Turner.
Sure.
Little known guy.
Yeah, little known.
But he was telling me the story about his son, Jake, was in his room and he was watching video games on his computer. He was watching people play video games.
How old?
And Jake was probably around the time, he's probably like 16 or 17 at the time.
Okay.
And so he was like, why are you watching that? Why are you, and Jake explained it really, really well. And I used this example. He said, Dad, you're a big hockey fan, right? And David said, yeah. And he goes, okay, so do you go to the games? Yeah. Do you watch it on TV? Yeah. Why do you do it? Well, I really like hockey, and I like seeing people compete at this elite level and seeing their technique and what they do. And Jake said, that's exactly why I watch esports. And I think, for people to kind of translate that was a really great way of explaining it.
So all the business plans and all of the other analysis is fine, but the Turner family got sold into the deal right then.
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean, the Turner family got sold into the deal. TBS was going through a whole rebranding exercise, really trying to hit that 18 to 34-year-old demographic. And, esports was something that really resonated within that demo. So it seemed like the perfect fit, and we just needed to kind of find the right partner around that. And we have entered into a really great partnership with WME IMG, and that's how we were born.
So now we have situations where entities are actually creating esports stadiums. We have one in Vegas now and other places. Did we ever know when David Levy got the epiphany from his son in that room that it would ever get this big?
I don't know. When I took the job, they had already made up their minds that they were doing E-League, and I was definitely cautiously optimistic. I was a little bit worried that that I would come in and they would kind of treat it as this little side project or fun project that Turner Sports were doing. And what we found was, or what I found was that Turner Sports treated it like any other sport under their verticals. We have the NBA, we have NCAA, and they treated E-League with the same care and respect that they do any of the other sports franchises that we work on. We had Emmy Award-winning producers, Emmy Award-winning directors. We have on the WME IMG side even, we have the president of all business affairs intimately involved in what we're doing day to day. And so it was really treated like any other sport, and I think that you can see that. So when they made the decision to go into esports, they definitely went all in.
Where's the competitive side going? More teams, more leagues, more cities being represented? What's it look like in 5 years?
I think that we will see a little bit more regulation in the space as it relates to teams and players. Right now, it's a very volatile market. You see a lot of teams switching randomly. They even have a phrase for it. They call it roster apocalypse. So right now,
Stick and ball sports have roster apocalypse, but for different reasons.
But for different reasons. But this is, you'll see after a major event, you'll see 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 teams swapping rosters completely or dropping people, and there's no real kind of rhyme or reason, because sometimes it will happen mid kind of season or mid competition, and so we'll see a little bit more, not regulation, but uniformity, I think, in the space, have had a lot of success with bringing in a lot of non-endemic sponsors to the space, having, sponsors like Arby's come in and really creating content that appeals directly to that esports kind of core community. And this is a very engaged community. And what you'll find is, for a non-endemic sponsor, if you embrace that competitive community, they'll embrace you right back. And we've seen a lot of success with those partners.
So, long-term economics, obviously the television component and the sponsors came together at the same time. But how do you ensure the success of the league? Long-term commitment on the TV side, but what other parts do you need to make sure get buttoned up in the future?
For us, we're not just TV. We are primarily one of Turner's Sports' first digital native sports. And so we know that people are going to watch on their own terms, whether they're going to watch sitting at their computer or sit at their couch and watching on TBS. So, for us, it's really important to be as platform agnostic as possible as it grows, and give the same viewing experience that somebody would find on digital as they would on linear, finding clever ways to integrate sponsorships and partnerships. And that's how we're really working to ensure the long-term success, because as technology evolves, as the way people watch evolve, we want to basically be on the forefront of that.
So as media gets turned on its face and people don't care about television sets anymore, and live television seems to be the real key reality show, this is one of the first leagues that's been created during this whole transformative period.
Yep.
What's so special about the timing that made this easier to create?
I mean, I think it is, esports was kind of hitting this apex that, and people were becoming more familiar with the term esports. I mean, even though you yourself admitted don't know a lot about esports, you've at least heard the word esports, right?
Yeah.
And I think that TBS really came in at a really great time, because they're really able to broaden that awareness and provide people a comfortable way to kind of absorb esports and know about esports. And E-League, I think, has done a phenomenal job with the content that they're creating to make esports more accessible to a mainstream audience.
We'll come back to the business in a minute, but what is the trait that makes a really good all-star esport player? Does he have to be nimble? Is it carpal tunnel less? Is it up there? What's the deal?
I think it's both. There's definitely, in any sport, there's definitely an instinct that players have. And then there's also just there is a little bit of physicality in your hand-eye coordination and reflexes. There's a way to be able to break down and analyze the game. So it's a little bit of here, it's a little bit with the hand-eye coordination. And then also it's kind of a drive to constantly, as it is with any sport, to constantly practice and constantly get better and constantly find ways to improve.
Do we think that it'll be in the not-too-distant future where these folks will be considered athletes?
I already consider them athletes.
That's wrong. By the way, wrong person to have sex with. So I'm talking about everybody else, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I think as it gets more to a mainstream audience, people can really appreciate and understand, the competition aspect to it. Look, is it as physical as a basketball game or a football game? No, but there are definitely the same characteristics that make up an e-sport athlete that makes up a traditional stick and ball athlete.
Is poker a sport?
I think poker definitely has a lot. I think the way that I would put poker or Magic the Gathering or even esports, even though esports does have a little bit of more of that physical component, is those are intellectual sports, right? So there might not be that physicality, but there is definitely an intellectual sport that's going on there.
Is chess a sport?
Intellectual sport.
Right.
Yeah.
Is Bill Belichick, does he manage a sport? Does he outmaneuver the defenses? It's kind of the same.
I mean, there's still that mind game that's played, right?
Right.
So.
Absolutely. So what are the biggest challenges that you now face in the next couple of years?
I think that one of the biggest challenges, which isn't something that we can't overcome because we're learning to do it, is You're seeing, especially in a native digital space, you're seeing ad blockers come in, and it's harder to monetize this community that's coming in, because generally, even in television or in digital, you're seeing people come in that, run pre-rolls and mid-rolls, and that's how they make their money, by running these commercials. But with ad blockers, people don't see those. So you have to find ways to integrate different brands and content in order to help monetize that audience.
So I'll take one of those challenges and then take it to the next step, which is common to the digital transformation age. Do we have confidence that Madison Avenue is going to be smart enough to get out ahead and figure out how to monetize and recommend to their clients that they should monetize it?
I mean, you're already seeing it. You're seeing a bunch of VCs entering the space. You're seeing a bunch of high-level sports brands entering the space. I think right now we're at the point where people kind of need to get over a little bit of the FOMO that they're having, because they're hearing about esports, so they're just throwing money in and investing. And I think they need to kind of take a step back, and they need to look at what strategically makes sense for their company, why they should invest, and then also finding the right people to leverage whatever asset they're investing in or buying.
Does your job include commissioner-oriented duties? So, I mean, do you find players for throwing stuff? Do you
I personally, there's some decision making that I'm involved with, but we have a tournament operations group, it's definitely not a single person like laying down the law. There are definitely people that are involved in making decisions.
So you're not commissioner?
I am not commissioner. No.
Who's commissioner?
We don't have a commissioner per se. We have a tournament operations league.
Yeah, we ought to.
I know, just lay down the law on people.
Yeah. Well, because it would be very interesting. You're fined for hitting the joystick or some interesting issues. And obviously, this is an area that is so evolving. Does it ever? Do you think there's ever a time where the stick and ball sports, baseball, for example, just announced a deal with Game of Thrones, and I guess one of the issues is, do we have a time where the mainstream stick and ball sports, A, respect you, and B, look at you as a partner?
I think they already do. You're seeing huge investment by the NBA into esports, right? NBA just announced their league that they're doing for esports. You have NBA teams that are investing into esports organizations. You have football teams, meaning our soccer. You have soccer teams abroad investing into esports. So I think you're really starting to see that happening right now.
Finally, Boston Area Conference, International Conference, Boston Area Conference, Boston Television District.
We're going to take a short break, but when we return, more Rick Horrow, the sports professor.
Rebuild or replace transmission, $3,200. Anti-lock brake system, $1,000. Rebuild or replace engine, $2,400. Truth is, once your manufacturer's warranty runs out, it's all on you. Every last cent. Get protection for covered repairs with a vehicle service contract from Toco Warranty. Unlike other companies, with Toco, there's no down payment, and the monthly payments are really affordable. Not sure how long you're keeping your car? At Toco, you can pay as you go. Keep your hard-earned cash and call Toco Warranty right now at 800-222-2313 to save big money on covered auto repairs. Prices vary by vehicle, but for about the cost of a tank of gas per month, a Toco plan has your back on expensive covered car repairs. Monthly payments are very affordable. Get your free quote now. Call Toco at 800-222-2313. That's 800-222-2313. 800-222-2313. Cancellation fee may apply, subject to eligibility. Not available in Missouri and Washington. Waiting period and deductible apply. Coverage provided and administered by Warrantech Corporation or its affiliates. Not affiliated with any manufacturer or dealership. Visit TocoWarranty.com for complete terms and conditions.
Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Clapper, Chief of Orthopedic Surgery at Cedars-Sinai Medical Group in Los Angeles, California. Dedicated to your health, your life, and your sports. As a weekend warrior, you know about sports injuries and pain. Exercise is an important element in keeping your body's core in good shape to minimize sports injuries. But when you are in pain, there is one product that I recommend to my patients, and that is Blue Goo Gel. Blue Goo consists of a proprietary formula developed specifically for the treatment of inflammation and general muscle aches and strains. I recommend Blue Goo for my patients coping with hip and knee pain before surgery, especially bursitis and tendinitis. Give Blue Blue Goo a try. Call 1-888-330-0123 and you'll receive a 1-week supply of Blue Goo absolutely free. The makers of Blue Goo are even paying the shipping. The number again is 1-888-330-0123. If you want more information on Blue Goo, visit online at www.dothegoo.com.
Now available at select Big 5 stores near you.
When you struggle with credit card bills every month, you're not just in debt. Debt is all around you.
I see people every day that are on the brink. They're going to go over the edge, and at the bottom is bankruptcy, and we pull them back.
At the Debt Helpline, we're experts at helping you resolve your debt problems and become free of debt. We can help you pay off your debt and give you one lower monthly payment that you can afford.
You do get to consolidate your payments. You only have to worry about making one payment a month instead of making 3 or 4 or 5.
If you have $5,000, $10,000 or more in credit card bills, call the Debt Helpline now for a free confidential debt analysis.
800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. Call the CESI Debt Helpline right now for a free confidential debt review. 800-957-6063. 800-957-6063.
Welcome back to Beyond the Scoreboard with Rick Horrow. We pick up right where we left off.
A single person like laying down the law, there are definitely people that are involved in making decisions.
So you're not commissioner?
I am not commissioner, no.
Who's commissioner?
We don't have a commissioner per se. We have a tournament operations league.
Yeah, and we ought to
I know, just lay down the law and people.
Yeah. Well, because it would be very interesting. You're fined for hitting the joystick or some interesting issues. And obviously, this is an area that is so evolving. Does it ever, do you think there's ever a time where the stick and ball sports, baseball, for example, just announced a deal with Game of Thrones, and I guess one of the issues is, do we have a time where the mainstream stick and ball sports, A, respect you, and B, look at you as a partner?
I think they already do. You're seeing huge investment by the NBA into esports, right? NBA just announced their league that they're doing for esports. You have NBA teams that are investing into esports organizations. You have football teams, meaning our soccer. You have soccer teams abroad investing into esports. So I think you're really starting to see that happening right now.
Finally, Boston Area Conference, International Conference, Boston Area Conference, Boston Television Distribution as well. So what do we tell the esports fans in New England?
It's wicked good, and they should definitely pay attention to esports.
So, Christina Alejandra, this is an incredible world. We're going to stay in touch, and thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Bye.
Well, thank Christina Alejandra, and thank all of you for considering esports. It's a big deal. We might have it as an Olympic sport. Don't minimize it. Don't marginalize it. Listen to her and listen to the business. And thank you all for joining us for our entire show. If you want to see all 15 plus the 5 techie topics, remember, sign in or log in at CSN Mid-Atlantic. Also join us on our Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Audio Boom, Stitcher, and the like. And join us next week when we even get more business from baseball, football, basketball, and soccer and otherwise. And join us when again we go Beyond the Scoreboard.
Surviving on the streets, look at me. I'm in tatters. I'm shattered. Friends are so alarming.
Tune in to a little R&R on Sports every Saturday morning. There's no other sports show like R&R on Sports anywhere. It's a little R&R on Sports, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, right here on the Sports Byline USA Network.
surviving on the